Alright, here we go. Here comes the highest elo bracket of the Nomad tourney. 1800 to 2k. Michidiates. Maybe it was a small B. Michidiates. Probably doesn't matter that much. Who is this and what have we done to Akkal? Ask the hairdresser. So this is the top elo bracket, 1800 to 2000. That's so we fixed that as well, actually. And I think we ended up with 16 players in this bracket. So this is effectively the round of 16. As usual, Nomad, first map, random civs for the next game. Whoever loses this one gets to pick the map, but the civs will be reversed. So we have Teutons and Koreans for green and purple here for Michidiates. Interesting. Koreans not half bad on water maps with their potential for turtle ships. Hope we get to see some of those. And then we have Slavs and Tatars for the Count von Count and Sim here. Slavs with almost not really dependent upon a dock for Nomad because they have amazing farm eco on land. Oh, and I think they didn't get I think they didn't get the memo here about TC war starts. So I need to state that much more clearly. That if there is a TC war, if the TCs are within range to begin with, it should be instant restart. So just note this for later. So Tatars, they should be, Teutons. They should struggle against Tatars, because Teutons are slow, they're lacking husbandry, while Tatars have the cav archers with instant Sunbring and whatnot. And Koreans and Slavs both have strong siege points come that point in the game. Okay, so we're... fun thing here is that the rules say no villager fighting before 5 minutes, so technically they can't kill villagers with a TC either. But I don't think they're prioritizing fighting here, and they might just be following the rules. We'll see what happens at minute 5 here. That's a horrible start, but this should definitely be admin re. Yes. As per the rules. Yeah, they're discussing it, but that wasn't stated clearly enough. That really needs to go into the handbook. I'm sorry I haven't added it properly. Hope it doesn't make too much of a difference for the outcome of the set for these players. This is a bad start for both, but ironically, Sim with the elevation here is arguably at a better spot. Now they're past 5 minutes. Now they can do whatever they want. So if they want to garrison and TC fight, they can, but maybe they're both better off just getting started and then do the proper fighting with military towers in the next stage. So that's going to be an eventful Dark Age here. So Sim with the Slavs, and we have Tatars down here for the Count von Count, TC on a woodline and stone, also on a hill here. Especially nice for Tatars with that hill bonus, I'd say. And to the north, Lord Michidiates with the Koreans, very much on his own here. This middle area kind of sucks for a Nomad map because of the cut in on the terrain here. Hello and welcome to Baradin's viewers. Thank you for the raid, Baradin. Hope you had a nice stream. Yeah, Baradin also played in my Nomad tournament last year in November, so he should be recognizing some of the rules and setups here. Except this is a 2v2, last year was a 1v1. The general idea is random civs, always Nomad for the first game. Game 2, you reverse the civs and play the losing team's home map. And then if there's a third game, it's a hidden civ free pick. So I'm loving the Koreans' position here, I have to say. There's this cut in from the water that kind of limits the space for a boom for the Koreans here, especially if the other team controls the water. But there's still, yeah, definitely room for expansion here for Koreans for a potential free boom. And these players obviously cancel each other out. I need to state it again, right before the tournament launched, an update was made to the rules about TC wars from the very beginning. We want the TCs to go up. That's why the no wilder fighting before 5 minutes exists as well. Want to get the game going and TCs up. And if you have a TC war or a location as close as this, just not fun for anyone. So the count here with the Tatars, also it's not as good of a free boom as the Koreans will get in the north, but if they manage to close off a bit here like Sim is currently doing, then there should be space here for the count to expand and get a nice boom going as well. One obvious setback is the gold access, which is going to be a huge issue for the Tatars here, losing access to the north area of the map. We should be closing in on the feudal age transitions. Did we have any villager kills at all yet? Not really. So they're not committing to the TC wars here. I think that's good sportsmanship of Sim as well, with the hill advantage here, not to garrison and pick off villagers with ease with the range, and yeah. Obviously, you'd be idling a lot of your economy doing so as well, but... So, my build, the Sky Dragon, expanding to the north here now. Feudal Age all the way for the Count von Count, the Tatars player, going to be the first one to the Feudal Age here, the other ones going up later, in terms of with the result being a higher population count. Let's see for the Count's scouting here though. Does see the green dock here, something that should be easily contested off the Teutons here once it comes to the naval fighting. Then again, we have Lord Michidiates here with the Koreans. So he's quite close to his teammates' dock here. They could definitely coordinate to take the fish away from the Tatars here. But the faster feudal age definitely matters for the first few ships. We have 2 docks for the Count as well. And let's peek a bit at the gold here. I think fire galleys from both docks now, right? Yeah. Idle TC in general at a minimum here for the players, but I guess Lord Michidiates with the higher idle TC time struggle more to find that early food, whether that be boars or hunt or berries or whatnot. All in all, not any huge difference between players. The population villager count is comparable. The fish situation is going to be an issue until Maibel and Lord Michidiates can coordinate some naval fighting to the south here, though. Are we going to see war wagons here? I see Lord Michidiates with 3 on stone already. And if you can mass the war wagons and give Koreans the free boom, that is a tough one to stop. So we have blacksmith markets here going up, which should also indicate that Lord Michidiates won't really be investing much into the naval fighting here. Maibel the Sky Dragon, I think they're just choosing not to try and contest water now, given their later few laters here. Double castle war wagons, yeah. New clown type strats here on Nomad clones in that sense. So I'd say the naval battle has already been won by the Count here. You don't really need Sim to invest Anything? And I guess that's good scouting on the water from the count as well to realize that I don't necessarily need to invest all that much. Alright, Lord Michidiates is queuing Fire Galleys as well, so maybe he's trying to take up the fight here with the cast stage all the way. So with some patient playing here, garrisoning the Fire Galleys now, rather than popping them out and then getting to fire ships in the Castle Age. That could win Michidiates' backwater here, since Von Kant now hasn't really... I mean, there are 6 Fire Galleys, so he's investing heavily into water, but not as much as had been needed if there was more resistance in terms of uptimes and overall naval army. Look at Koreans all on their own up north here. Lord Michidiates, more than enough stone for one castle, might even be able to afford a second one quite soon. And I guess they're flaring the fish to keep chasing here for the count. And... but now there are Lord Michidiates with 3 docks producing fire galleys is going to take the numbers lead, and we have War Galley even on the way, so that's going to unlock fire ship for Lord Michidiates, having a much stronger army to contest the numbers of Von Count until Von Count can get Castle Age and fire galleys of their own. But they're both producing, they both have equal production now from 2 docks, and that should mean with that fire ship spike that Von Count will be losing the naval engagements. Did take out the fish of Mybel the Sky Dragon though, who is kind of sandwiched in between 2 players now. Some towers in the middle here as well. Teutons with the towers can garrison twice as many villagers, so tower defense and Teutons only works that much. Yeah, horrible starting position. Purple's in a great spot here. Yeah. Taking back water. Let's see for purple scouting though. Really, it should contest the slabs eco here, even though slabs will adjust and go for farming eco on land. We have some land aggression from Sim here now with the Castle Age in. Teuton's players still in the Feudal Age, sadly, with the TC spot down here. I'm not sure what these gates were for, but it was probably to keep the Slabs Knights out. And now migrating to get some... Is he even gonna delete the Feudal TC and rebuild it here? Nah. Just preserving the numbers for later. Lumber camp over here, maybe something. Yeah, so the Von Count has the... I was going to say has the numbers, doesn't really have them overall, but Lord Michidiates has the fire ship spread out here. No sign of... Oh, here's fire ship for Von Count. So that should mean that Lord Michidiates will lose those 3 fire ships over here, getting some decent engagements, but failing to collect the numbers, and we'll be looking at roughly similar numbers. Oh, turtle ship! Nice. Yeah, fairly equal naval numbers here, but look at the war wagons in production as well from the 1 castle here. That's such a tough unit to stop, if you can get them massed. Von Count making the best of it, has TC'd the south gold here as well. That's a 7-tile gold, that's going 6-tile gold, sorry, it's going to last you for a while, and then TC now on the woodline as well. Losing the fish, these extra Tatars sheep spawning under the TC is actually going to come in quite handy if you're in bait of food, which seems to be the case for the count now, so that's not to be underestimated here. There's a big old Socotra style mess in the middle here with Teuton's towers and TC desperately being repaired here. Forever feudal age for my build Sky Dragon here. And Slabfish still alive, surprisingly. Tatar's taking a beating, of course, with the fire ships basically cancelling each other out here. Looks like Von Count will be winning back water here, but I don't think water matters as much at this point. Fish eco not that significant here, all things considered now with 3 DCs on land and farm eco extending for Lord and Michidiates as well. Enter the war wagons, and they're just gonna take out the Teutons before they can even get to the castle age here, aren't they? Really? Yeah, there goes the TC. Oh, nice, nice mangled shots from Scene there. Get the repair builders, come on! Oh. With the Magnals, yeah. A little bit further with the Magnals. It could be because of the war wagons there that Sim doesn't want to move closer. It's impressive that Wyville keeps this TC up still. But... Repair! Repair! Yeah, this is impressive. It's costly, but it keeps the feudal HTC up and keeps production going as well. So you're not falling too much behind the villagers. Look at the villager counts here. They're dead even with all this aggression. That's some impressive hold of my builder Sky Dragon here. Freeing up that boom for the greens as well. But blue has expanded to the sides here as well, I guess. That was either the docking builder here or a transport over there to get this rolling. Just waiting for green to say TC War we. Yeah, that's should be about time. Well, we're still in the feudal age here, and on no sign of a castle age click here for my builder Sky Dragon. Sim really wants this feudal age TC dead, but we'll need probably 5 mangonels to make that happen with repairs going on behind here. Is my build running out of wood to repair here though? Is that the case? Nope. Not running out of wood. Slabs, cheap siege coming to their rights here, and now enter the knights to snipe the repair villagers as well. I think should just dive under here and stop the repair builds so that the easy goes down. That's going to set back Teutons for a while, having to rebuild that easy. Eventually having to rebuild it. Probably. It still fucking stays up. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. So finally it's down, and here it goes back up on our Korean friend side here. Playing out like a mini Scott right in the middle here. Look at the Tatars play with 5 pieces now, establishing a solid economy here as well. Slavs, Tatars, very strong eco-sibs. Or Slavs especially. But behind this, Lord and Michidiates has a very compact but nice base and boom up here, going to the Imperial Age as well, unlocking trebuchets from these castles and committing to the war wagons, which is already a very strong unit. $37 villagers building a DC, or 35 maybe. 39. Military situation comparable, so, and fast Ragnarok with more town centers overall, and taking Teutons out from their starting location. At least in a very good eco spot eco-wise here. Teutons will reboom nicely with their cheaper farms though. And I've neglected to watch the naval fighting, but Lord Michidiates finally taking out the fish of Sim as well. I think that doesn't make too much of an impact on Sim's economy though, because of the faster working slabs farms and all that that implies. 5 mangonels pushing, but that's just... Oh, don't kill the farm, steal them. 5 mangonels pushing here, but the castles here completely stopping any further siege expansion here. Ooh, skirmishers. Probably the best answer to massed Castle Age 4 wagons is mass elite skirmishers. So I can see why the count is going for that. But on the other hand, if the Teutons can stabilize, even Teutons scouts here would be helpful against the skirmishers. But with the cavalry player temporarily out of the game, elite skirms certainly make sense in mass against war wagons here. Von Count is fishing over here, so Lord Michidiates is moving around the naval situation here to maybe try and find where the fish is going on now. There are roughly, but there are actually more war wagons than skirms here, so these skirms aren't going to cut it here. Give the Koreans free boom and let them mass war wagons, then there's not much left to do. War wagons, man. Do we still have turtle ships? Not really. Only 5 fire ships. There's some flares in the middle here in Tatar's castle. Guessing it's mainly for map control and not for Keshik's purposes here, but you'll have the opportunity to go for them. Enter the fire ships of Lord Michidiates here to again take out a little bit of the fish income from the Tatars here. Nothing too significant though, there's no reason for Tatars to invest heavily into fish here with the opponents basically holding water. 1 TC to go down to War Wagons fire here. And 27 War Wagons now on the field. Fun count going up to the Imperial's H is here as well. And further expansion here to the golds and whatnot. I love Sim's position over here though to have some stables for raiding purposes and claiming control over the gold spots to the sides here as well. I think Koreans should hold until post-flip. 10 range will kill anything any of the other civs can make. Yeah, Koreans arbs, you mean? Arbalests? He does have 3 castles up now though, so it should be quite possible to get a ridiculous mass of war wagons here eventually as well. Oh, you mean the siege on here? Yeah. Lots of strong siege civs here, actually. All of these civs have access to siege on here. They're really sharing the map in 2 here, and the score lead is in Michidates' favor, but that could be the sheer force of units here of Lord Michidiates here. Keeping the war wagons mass consistent, of course, if they deal with the castles, then the Tatars don't get siege on here? Okay. 3 out of 4 then. One Keshik to the rescue here, but the castle goes down, and so does the Keshik. Do they know about the blue expansion to the side? Yeah, they're seeing the casts here, the stone walls here to prevent any raids from the slabs player. Lovely. You're not going to be able to wall off here due to the terrain here, but you could still push heavily down on the red player to the south here against the Tatars. Teutons rebooming here, but very late cast age, 55 builders, not really, no build tree, and understandably so, being sandwiched in the middle of everything early on here. Do we have the unique tech for the Tatar Stripes? No, no. TM Rid Siegecraft here. Doesn't really need the +2 range here right now. Breaking through for some... Wait, barracks? Barracks? Tatar's infantry? Halb siege ram push maybe? I don't know. War wagons are doing work though. How to stop 40, 50, 60 elite war wagons? There's not really much you can do about that. Yeah, if Koreans get to this point with their army mass and war wagons especially, they can carry big time. Even a tower at this side for Lord Michidiates a keep. And how to stop Koreans when they get to 56 war wagons? Stop them before they get to 56 war wagons. That's the answer. Look at the Teutons player just cramping up in here where they can. Halberd is being added by the Koreans player here as well to take out Trev. Some panic repairs here from the Count, but yeah, they help to chew up these Keshiks as well. Mybel, the Sky Dragon, don't know what the plan is here. Probably trying to extend the eco here amongst whatever's going on. Actually stealing or reclaiming the farms from the very beginning here. Mybel and Sky Dragon has done their part here though, just being the bait, being sandwiched in between two players and holding for long enough for the Koreans to get to their true Korean power. Look at the peaceful coexistence here. Even seems Knights aren't engaging here, they're just dancing around. Garrison in 3, 2, 1. No. It's not like there's not anything else going on here. Mass elite war wagons here. Still pushing the south, and this could almost, just almost, take the Tatars completely out here. There's some presence to the side for the Tatars players on blue in this. This is Nomad, guys. I hate the Nomad generations with these kinds of cuts in with water, by the way, because it just limits your space so much to these sides. Sim adding the halberdiers here. Slabs helps. I didn't catch whether he went for Drushina here if the eco allows, but again, 42 war wagons even helps. Even though they get close, they will chew up a few of them, but it's just not going to be enough. They're both going for halbs here, and the slabs with the, well, slabs, infantry upgrades, nothing too particular about that. Missing both Castle Age and Imperial Age defense. Some Slavs Knights managed to sneak in here, but they're not going to get too far. Hey, thanks for the raid, Dark Diamonds. I appreciate it. So we're with the 1800 to 2k bracket of my Nomad 2v2 tournament here. The players have gone random sibs, hence the maybe not too commonly seen Nomad sibs. And for the game 2, the loser picks map, and the Sims will be reversed. So we'll be seeing Michael playing Slavs or Tatars and Lord of the Deltas as well. They're switching up. Thank you for this follow as well to 95 bricks. I mean, this is the point in game where Koreans just get so extremely hard to stop. Drushina for the Slavs comes to mind, as Paradox says, of course. I don't know if you'd even go Drushina champs against this rather than helps because of their extra attack and whatnot, but yeah, here come the helps. I didn't catch whether Sim went for Drushina or not, but if the eco allows, for sure he should. Look at that score though, 17k for Lord Michidiates and Teutons only at 3000 something. Is this a 1v2 carry for the Koreans here? It's going to be a rough one. Purple needs husbandry. Yeah, purple actually doesn't have a stable, so no husbandry. Probably something that doesn't necessarily come to mind for the Koreans. Another so annoying here too. I don't know what the purpose of this keep is. Probably to protect the fish. I don't know. Some HAL braids from Count up here as well. That's going to be annoying because you need something to deal with that, and all the war wagons are down here trying to push. Oh, they're getting chewed up. The numbers are diminishing now. It's 32 war wagons. And with the Koreans' unique technology granting siege, is it extra range? Siege onagers, I mean, onagers, siege onagers. That's definitely, would definitely be playing into their strengths, going for that. Four castles total for the Koreans player, but you can only push so much with this kind of slow combination as well. Need some siege in the mix, maybe to hold off. Slavs with the almost fully upgraded Cavalier as well, which if you can mass enough should be one of the better options against War Wagons. But then there are the Halberdiers, of course, of Lord Michidiates as well, really putting up a show here, and Mybel just still kind of in a reboot process here, barely making military, and there's not really much space to boom on here. Remember the pure strengths of the Slavs economy as well, and the fact that you're not really pushing into the Tatars' main economy here. It's full on track for the Tatars player, but that's gonna work out as long as Lord Michidiates is playing a full 1 vs 2 here. Oh, the repairs. That's some panic repairs for the trap here to try and take down the cast layer. And it's working. They're keeping it up. This is ridiculous. Warwagon standing under castle fire here to try and take that out that trap, but Count literally committing 10 builders to repair one trap there, and that's doesn't stand up. Yeah, I mean it's not like Teutons can do cavalry here because they're both already teched into full halberdier here for Count and Sib. I don't see Teuton's non-husbandry paladin working out here. Will the castle go down? Some barracks, some halbs and cavalier pushing for this side as well. And again, most of the army of Lord Michidiates, if not all, is down here. I think we're late for the Teutons as well, and I see longswords here. Has to be against the Slavs. Slavs infantry pushed on the cavaliers, or the halberdiers or whatnot. It doesn't look like Lord Michidiates is making great progress here, though. I mean, focus down on castle is a slow but efficient push. If you can break into the main eco Slavs here, they're really lacking mobility. Maybe Karanebe has a point actually with the Teutons Paladins, because if you had some Teutons Paladins here to raid, you'd take out all the food eco of the Slavs, of the Tatars. Teuton longsword soon to be two-handed swordsman here, and producing out of 6 or 7 barracks or whatnot here. Infantry wars don't matter if Korean Onliger cleanse the entire field. Makes sense, I guess. 200 swordsmen at work here. We'll probably be seeing champion soon as well, if the eco allows. Not quite there yet, gold-wise for the upgrades. And blue is kind of on the status quo on this side. It's well, now there's an opening actually for raids to run in here, so that could be dangerous for Lord Michidiates, but he is pop-capped, and the Teutons player is beginning to provide as well. So the long Wanderers 2 push is starting to kind of pay off. But as the chat is pointing out, it's weird to see so little siege at play here. For the Slavs, or for the Tatars maybe, mainly, gold could be an issue, but very little siege at play here. There's the siege ram for the Tatars though. Well, there's much to focus on around here. There's some ramps here and there from several players. Cap ram for the Slavs seem not really having that siege ram just yet. Caravan looks like trade is going to be happening, and see markets here. Markets, maybe? Or is that just a coincidence that it's there? Yeah, they're definitely thinking about trade down here. And if one team has trade and the other doesn't, that's going to be a big concern for Team Michidiates here. It's not exactly a safe trade route yet, though, with all the war wagons in here. Elite Skirm in masses here for the Tatars and Halbs as well. Ooh, and the bomber cannons to be focused down by halberdiers here. Maybe. Can we save them? Still only 200 swordsmen for my build, the Sky Dragon, so gold definitely becoming an issue here. Looks like there's not much gold left on the map overall here. Flaming camels would be dealing with warriors. Well, they'd be killed before they reach them. Okay, that one. So that's a no-go. Besides, I think Tatars still don't have the tech. Mainly trash here for the blue and red players. Some cavaliers mixed in. If you get to critical mass of cavalier, again, you should be able to deal with the war wagons that way. Yeah, I haven't seen it happen ever, Karneme, so you might be right. Maybe we'll get to see it this game. This is honestly a very, very slow push. Stuff happening to the sides, of course. One stray bombard cannon kind of covered by the keeps here, but, you know, I think I'm actually going to cry if this guy takes out this castle all alone here. So Teutons and Koreans are both good at slow pushes. Yeah, so it goes. Nice repairing now, nice. Okay, that's not gonna go down. More siege workshops going up here. Helps will be focusing on that bombard cannons or rip bombard cannon. 200 swordsmen now acting as meat shield here, and champion is on the way in. Where did you find this gold? Do we have trade running now? Or tribute maybe to get there? Where's that trade thingy? Yeah, so the count has trade. Also the only player doing so. Yeah, but keep in mind you need the unique technology as well, Log that one, and that's not really going to take priority over units production and everything else. So you need Tyrmid Siegecraft to even unlock them at all, and that's the big issue. You don't want to commit resources to that just for the flaming camels. Halberd is chewing away again. The eco situation is stronger for fast Ragnarok here, 70 villagers more. But then in return, of course, Michidiates have more army overall. Still no noticeable expansion from blue to the north side here. More likely to get Tingrid tech for trebuchets, yes. But that's also very situational, I don't think that's something you prioritize. Look at the KD for the slabs here, losing thousands of units. That's a trash war right there, so many units going down. And 13 trade cards now for the count, and blue has the trade running as well. This could be a game changer, since Bible the Sky Dragon and Lord Michidiates don't have trade. I'm hearing bombard shots here as well. Yeah, the market goes down, but the markets they're trading with are all the way down here. Lots of champions from Teutons. War Wagon Helm for the Koreans here. Bomber cannons as the only siege. The trade going is probably worth doing if the gold is replaceable. Yeah. Getting the flaming camel and stuff, that's true. Oh, what's going on up here? Halb, Preb, push from Sib here. So there's still an opening here in the walls, and now a capped ram punching through as well. No siege ram. GB Page is in the chat. Hello, sir. How are you? Still 47 elite war wagons on the field. It's just such a pain in the ass to deal with. Here come the Keshiks to try and deal with them. This could be a wood game, says Paradox, and yeah, looking at the overall resources on the map, this is stuff tends to run out here. Yeah, alright as well. This will be the last castle of the day. It's best of 3 in the highest elo bracket of my Nomad tournament. So I have stuff going here. And I'm running out of things to talk about because this is such a slow push. Keshik's entering the field. We have two, no, just one Tatars castle left to produce them now. Does he have elite? He has elite Keshik. You would still have to battle the halberdiers though, and the Slavs push here is still not accomplishing too much, I think. Lord Michidiates, yeah, he's losing villagers. Oh, cannon galleon on the water. Awesome. Where are they? Where is it? Has to be here somewhere. Oh, and the champion raids though. The GG is called. And Sim and the Count tap out even in the end. So, GG. I hope that means GG or not just G. But we're going to give Lord Michidiates the Baby Yoda prize here for carrying the game for probably 1 hour before the Teuton player could make it back in. It's slightly surprising looking at the presence on the map still, but great performance. Let's have a look at the stats because the KD should be quite interesting here. And that flood of units still never really dropping. Military score. KD 1480 to 640. That's absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, don't confuse Conics and Geshiks here, guys. That's a DE launch thing. Oh, yeah, that's some ridiculous KD for Lord Michidiates. Wow. But now we're going to game 2 to Fast Ragnarok's home map and with the reverse Sims. Really cold for the slabs even. Every ducking time. Yeah, man. Okay. Guess we're just pulling up the next one. Sooner rather than later. Game 2 is on Fast Ragnarok's home map, and we're going to Pilgrims. Could be a long one as well. But here we go. Let's see what happens. If anything happens. You know what? It feels safer to just restart Capture H again. As if the ships weren't confusing enough and decided to bring out new ones. Yeah. Okay, scoreboard is on point. Let's just get going here. This is Pilgrims. There shouldn't be too much to report in the very early game, so let's just go in. I actually had one guy. Oh no. Oh no. Really? Really? Have these guys ever played Pilgrims before? Is this a thing on Pilgrims to place the TC on the starting island? Rather than transport to the mainland and get all this juicy land. I mean, I guess naval control matters match here. But every single player teasing the mainland, they're going to have massive wood issues here. If that's even allowed to say, since there are male players involved here. But I guess. And that's what we're doing. I mean, no significant advantage for anyone here then. They're going to struggle as much for wood. All of them. We have fuel ages on the way here. I'm gonna slow it down once the fuel age kicks in. That's where it's going to be become significant. So that's pilgrims. The Sibs have been reversed. So now we have Mybel playing as Slavs. Lord Michidiates with the Tatars. Sim with the Teutons. Lovely naval Civ there. And Koreans for the Count. As you can see, half of the map here consists of water, so this is going to be big in terms of naval fighting. So much fish to be taken as well. I think red is going to get GG's with the cheap fires and the faster uptime. Yeah, you're right. Wood savings for greens. Yes, Jimmy Page, that's the rules of my Nomad tournament. First game, random Sibs. Game 2, losers home map, but with reversed Sibs. And then the third game, if there is one, is going to be random Sib. No, hidden Sib, free pick. I guess we'll have a look at the scoutings of the players now while we can. There's some naval fighting going on. 4 military to 6 fast Ragnarok with a head start here. And it's going to be mainly about the water. Yeah, it's cool. It's a random twist to it, but it's also going to pose issues for the... Maybe a little bit too much luck involved. I don't know. But here we see the first bit of fighting here. Looks like all of the players have made lumber camps on the mainland as well, so as not to run out of wood. And as the resources run out on the mainland, of course, you could transport more villagers to the mainland to extend your economy. Mybel is skydiving and taking a beating here now, losing some fish with the slabs. Not a big of a deal for the slabs given their strong farm eco, but it still hurts, obviously. It impairs your progress. Military situation is comparable, so are the villagers 69 to 67. Nothing too different to report here. Sim is going for the galleys here with the Teutons. And going for the hit and run approach to focus down some fire galleys here. They all still have their starting transports intact, which I assume is quite important for pilgrims here to get your... If you build a TC on the starting island to be able to transport the villagers to the mainland as you run out of resources on the starting location. Just look at all the islands here with stuff going on here. Koreans getting rewarded for their wood discount on military here. Oh, demo. That's a nice demo hit, even though it didn't kill any galleys there. It's weakening them all and allowing Mybel the Sky Dragon to get some... take out some ships more easily here. 7 fires to 6 fires, 5 to 6. The naval armies are comparable here. We're just having a quick look at their scouting again. They're focusing only on water here now. Obviously, for all the fish you want to control water here, we have a fantastic food source that's basically never gonna run out. Trading some demo shots here. Villager counts dead even here. 77 and 7. Military counts dead even. Is this gonna come down to some demo shots here? That was a juicy demo shot for Team Michidiates there to weaken quite a few ships. Repair micro going wild here. This is Water Socotra. Yeah. Did you actually expect pilgrims to be picked here, Paradox? Or yeah, they're staying close together, repairing the ships on the shoreline here. Important to preserve the numbers. And it's just so even in the disposition here, 83 to 80, 22, 21, very even. Galleys could switch this up though, and obviously with the full-on naval investment here for the players, we're not going to see any castle age just yet for either of them. A bit scary to move too close to a dock with a flag on for Sim here as well, because one demo raft there and suddenly you lose stuff. Even towers would be nice here. Yeah, you could land the enemy inside and drop some towers maybe. Ouch, that's a free kill for Sim right there. Thirteen, 13, 7, 12. Fast Ragnarok with a 4 military lead here now. And this this transfer ship is entering dangerous waters here. Down it goes. And we now have Lord Michidiates on the way up here with the Castle Age on the way, going to unlock Fire Ship, and even being, oh, I was going to say being Koreans, going to get the turtle ships, but that's not going to happen. This reminds me of a very decided community game at Troy. I won the mainland, but I was controlling all the islands. Yeah, maybe. Well, there's certainly action going on here. And massive naval fights seem to be less demanding on the resources than the land fights, because so far, pretty lag-free spectating experience here. Dock on the mainland as well, probably for more fish investment. Down goes that transport ship as well. The only team left to transport ship now is Fast Ragnarok, and that's going to make it a bit awkward for Michidiates to bring their remaining eco over to land once stuff starts running out here. Towers on land. Guess we might actually see some heated shot research here at some point. Oh, that's a nice surround. I was going to say that's a nice surround for Lord Michidiates there, but it's 2 vs 1 here. Some juicy demo shots again here. The tower's probably helping out here as well. They don't have fletching though, so damage potential very limited. Garrisoning villagers for extra damage output there. With the castle ages in, we have some more establishment on the mainland here. Both Sim and Lord Michidiates dropping their town centers and outposts for vision here. And the only way to play Diplo Pilgrims is to pop boom. Sounds about right. So Michidiates falling behind here. There's no military for Mybel the Sky Dragon here right now, and that's going to call for some solid Lord Michidiates carry again here. And can you carry with Tatars on water? That's the question. Demo ship is, if it can get the hit here, that's going to be a huge one. That's a big hit. And yeah, a little clean up there for Lord Michidiates. 13 to 17 now. Suddenly the naval fighting is falling behind a little bit here. Still numbers dominance from the count here, but has not invested into fire ship here. Okay, boomer. But now with the castle on land, some land aggression here as well from Mybel the Sky Dragon with the slabs. Good way to keep the players busy on land and not really establish a footing here on the mainland. But it certainly takes a toll on the naval fighting as well, so might come at a cost for the new. What is that? A tree? Oh, that's a goose. Yeah. There's the fire ship for fun count as well. 18 fire ships to 9 now. And a castle. Okay, so this is, I guess this is to protect the dock's production, and basically that. There's not much other resources here to be taken, but it's a good strategic point to fall back to for Sim here, I guess. Military numbers still comparable, slightly better eco for Michidiates here with 118 to 100. Boom, goes the demo again, and ships going down left and right here. The count establishing some presence on land as well. Same with 2 TCs here now with the Teutons, and remember Teutons farms are 40% cheaper, so you can get a massive land boom going on here if you're the Teutons. Still I don't seem to care too much about the mainland here. It's still mainly naval army at work here. With Bible the Sky Dragon finally getting that castle age as well. Such a weird castle, man, but it's to ensure that the production can get back on track and you can get more ships out here. Big running down here as well. The Count still keeping those naval armies ahead of the other team here. Literally no ships whatsoever for my Will the Sky Dragon here now, so it's gonna come down to Lord Michidiates to win the water back here if they so desire. There's still, of course, the land area to contest here, where basically all the woods and golds and crucial resources are. Looks like the fighting will transfer slowly but steadily over to land here. That's a panic castle if I've ever seen one from Sim here. Committing probably like 20 builders to get this castle up to prevent the Tatars player from entering the economy here and making life awkward. But there's my boat with the castle on this side as well. Such a mess. And that's gonna reach the farming eco, the golds, the stuff here. Not making life easy for Sim here, who's desperately trying to expand here. Sandwiched up between the blue and purple player here now. Clearly wanting another castle there. Are we going to see Teutonic Knights this game? I don't really see that at like. It's mainly for map control, of course, but would be an interesting flex to see for sure. So with the count still comparable here. The naval fighting is... Oh, here's a castle on the small island again for the red player here now. So they really want to control the lakes outside. Crazy map indeed. That was one of the reasons I chose it. I would expect, I mean, there's lots of fish, of course you want to control the water, but I'm also surprised not to see the land being more focus earlier on. Koreans and Teutons aiming for a boom lead on land here by the looks of it. Player 5's map position should be strong if you can hold versus player 6. Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of cramping Lord Michidiates to the corner. You could also, I guess, somehow close off this area to disallow Lord Michidiates to escape there. And looks like seems scouting is on point here. And the Teuton's boom is just crazy. I mean, these TCs are basically useless due to this castle of Michael the Sky Dragon, but then one here, one here, one here. It's just so easy to boom with Teutons if you have the space to do so. We have castles going up for the Koreans as well, so enter the war wagons again. We're going to see the war wagons, unsurprisingly so, for the reversed Sims game here. Teuton Towers, please. You got Teuton's castles, they're even better. They have the crenellations and the garrison bonus. Peaceful Blue Knights, you said it on case. They're not really contributing to the power of their empire. Yeah, crenellations, castles, this would... that's an update that would give the Teuton's castles plus, what is it again, plus 2 range? Plus 3 range for Teutons. So they have the longest ranging castles in the game. Slabs extending the boom in the middle here as well. 2 more TCs going up, and the slabs farming eco is just crazy when you get it rolling because the slab farmers work faster. As we mentioned in the previous game for Nomad as well, is that most, if not all, of these civs are very strong in the siege department. The only civilization missing siege onagger is the Tatars. So let's hope that we might see some more siege this game than in the previous Nomad game. Ouch. That's gotta hurt. There's a Teuton tower. Towers above. Where? Ah! Nice! Oh, that's brilliant. Teuton towers taking garrison war units. They have, hence they have higher damage output as well, and this is of course making it a lot more awkward for Lord Michidiates to expand this way. Oh, oh, that's just nasty. Oh, that's a nasty tower. It's like a prison colony over here for Lord Michidiates villagers. He's not gonna be allowed to get his gold. That's some nice nice land presence with the Teuton's towers here. As it gets to the late game and gets more laggy as well. Slabs and Tatars boom begin to show here. Slight villager lead for Michidiates still, but fast Ragnarok with more military and undoubtedly better map control at this point. Here are the war wagons amassing again. 22 of them by now and 3 castles producing them. Allowing von Count to push slowly from the south side here. Actually, there's 4 castles, but this one won't really be producing war wagons, of course. Didn't see the epic quick wall in the shoreline by Teal. Where? Yeah, doesn't matter. Lots of stuff to focus on. We have Imperial Ages kicking in here for Seam as well. Unlocking... Do we actually have a castle? Teuton Castle here? Lord Michidiates has been pushing here, yes. Tatar's Cav Archers coming into play here. I don't think there's any elevation here for Tatars to take advantage of. Alright, thanks for stopping by, Paradox. Good luck on Thursday if I don't get to catch you live. Looks like our purple friend is pushing back here. He is tucked into Cap Ram to deal with the Teuton's towers as well. Sim now in the Imperial Age, but no castles to make trebuchets here. But this is a big land area, so now committing to the Teuton's cavalry here and about to prepare what I will assume is pikes, halberdiers as well. But then there's the war wagons, which need to be dealt with as well. Siege ram now for Lord Michidiates. Should be... Well, it is a means to tank war wagon fire, among other things, but of course you'll be ripping down buildings much more quickly with siege rams as well. More castles going up here, and Lord Michidiates finding a way back here to take back some presence on land. This is the 4th pilgrimage for Teal, yes. Just moving further and further inside of the map here, but there's still resources to be taken. The war wagon numbers though, is it von Count going to hard carry this one with the war wagons maybe? There's a tower here for the last player, can't select it really. But I have to say the land situation for my build the Sky Dragon here is not looking too good. The only castle is over there, so that's not going to stop the war wagons from raising a lot of stuff here. Cab archers for the Tatars, not heavy cab archers yet though, and here comes Elite Skirmisher and Leather Archer Armor. What are the skirmishes for? Yeah, for the war wagons, obviously. Looks like Seam's main job here is just to survive and hold so that the war wagons' power can disrupt and destroy everything that Blue has here, and then eventually push back Lord Michidiates as well. The only thing going on at the islands by now is just farm eco that at least is very hard to raid. But yeah, we're over on land now for sure. Enter the Imperial Age for the Count as well, which means that Elite War Wagon should be right around the corner. We have Heavy Cab Archer and Silk Armor and Forging for Lord Michidiates here. Maybe thinking long term about the Tatar's Hussars as well. Silk Armor will benefit both the Cab Archers and the Hussars, and I think even the Step Lancers. But in the meantime, his teammate is losing ground again. My Build Sky Dragon down to 4.6 score here and losing most, if not all, of the land presence here, and heavy cab archers against war wagons in roughly similar numbers. That should be with the war wagons fight by far. Just look at the HP difference here, and the fact that war wagons have, I was going to say more pierce armor, but I guess silk armor helps out. But there's still the HP hit points difference that plays in here. I think Falcon should engage here, but that's me looking at the HP. Maybe he's looking for a choke point or something. I don't know what's going on here. Bringing in the geese as a meat shield. Yeah, what is this? I'm just luring them away. Tatar cav archers are basically Huskars on horse who use bows. Yeah, they still are outmatched in hit points by the war wagon still. I can see why I brought the military back over here. That's 2 gold spots for the TC here, and that's one that the count really wants to get up there, so brings in all the military to defend here. Left with 23 war wagons now, so the heavy cavalry numbers are growing for Lord Michidiates here. Blue re-establishing some presence over here as well, getting that slabs reboom rolling and preparing hussars maybe with the slabs here. I'm thinking gold might be becoming an issue here. Treb doesn't have the unique tech, so only the generic 16 range. Koreans didn't do +2 attack and range. Let's see. Yeah, we're missing Bracer, aren't we? That's kind of significant. So that no wonder that the Cav Archers held that well against it then. Teuton's going for the cavalry here, going Cavalier and potentially also Paladin eventually when the eco allows. While our Koreans player has 2 castles now, did lose 1 castle, but yeah, still committing to those war wagons, not allowing Mybel the Sky Dragon to stonewall them out here, and again going for some raids on blue. So I guess Teuton Cavalier are basically just a meat shield between the Cav Archers and the war wagons here. Numbers are concerning, but let's just select the units here and have a little look at the HP Cav Archers. Cav Archers. Outnumbering the war wagons here now, but let's see the stats. 4+4, and for the Cav Archers, +5 actually, so higher piece armor but less HP overall. Still a steady flow of war wagons from the 2 castles here, 2 castles that the count can't afford to lose, but now they're pushing back here. And the Slavs player not in a position to provide any significant army help here, so Lord Michidiates is on his own here, trying for a castle, but there is already a Treb here from the Teutons to help contest that. Oh, never mind. It's gonna die to the mighty Tatar's light cap. Eventually, Baba still awake. Finally done with games. Wow. The SARS are doing work here, but what's going on up here? Fast fire ships on the shoreline. Tatars are absolutely busted and you can't change your mind. I don't like playing them, but when you get to this kind of combo, they seem kind of strong. He played Goths and cleaned the whole fucking map alone. Koreans need siege onagger right now. Imagine some juicy siege onagger shits. Siege onagger shots on these guys. This is just begging to be hit by siege, isn't it? You could actually trap a lot of cow watches here with some proper reaction here. Which map is this? Says right next to the minimap. It's Pilgrims. So basically you start over here with the transport ship and you're starting guilders, and for some reason all 4 players decided to TC this area here. But that was for the early naval fighting, which was the main point of action for the first part of the game, and now they've been moved onto the land for some hefty battles here. Teal's Island was so bad. Oh, wait, that's unfair. That's that's a weird. I didn't think about that. I didn't see that in the beginning. I didn't know the generations were that different, to be honest. So we still have 24 war wagons, but we have 65 Tatars heavy cav archers. Slabs player providing some rams, battering rams, so not even capped ram that just kicked in. And the light cav, not hussar here. They're both going for hussar raids. Red and teal losing map control on the mainland here, though. There's some teal left here, but that doesn't seem too significant. Castle in the corner for Lord Michidiates here to cover the last bit of gold here. And certainly solid performance here. Guess it will be blue versus teal who rides trash quicker to support. Go with bombard cannon to destroy eco. That's true. There's potential for damage along the shoreline here if you can get to it. Cav Archer's doing work here. This is getting quite laggy. Let's see if zooming out could help. So Hussar from both players here, and again lots of heavy cavalry archers here for Lord and Michidiates. But here come the war wagons from behind to maybe diminish these numbers a bit. 32 war wagons, elite war wagons at that. Only one cast left for Red on the mainland to produce them though. So if the Koreans lose their castler, they'll have to make an army switch as well to contest it, and that's easier said than done. Who wins 1v1 war? Where's Cavalry Archer? War Wagon for sure. Much more hit points. Something happening on Blue Island. Not really. Cannon Galleons. Alright, so gonna be seeing some farms going down here, apparently. Yeah, but look at the hit points. Hit points different. Okay, that one. For elite and heavy, that is. Warwagon versus Cav Archers, I'm not as sure, but very big difference. Ay. I told him he should make full halberdium ramps, and this should be easier to have much gold on their side. Yeah, gold is an issue as well. Why not trade on water though? If you control the water, that's obviously not Michidates' case here, but if you control the water, why not just try and trade on water along the full shoreline? think had a Beast Rally. Sending Hussar through my towers on the left. Here? No, yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, there were some stables over there and sending some units to raid on this side. War wagons, 29 of them left now, fast Ragnarok with 116 military numbers comparable, so are the builders here. Tootin' skirms. Hey, gotta do what you gotta do. There are Tootin' halves here as well. And Lord Enemy says we lost water with that fire ships, and I told him about we can win if you kill Teal or Red. We're between both players. You can definitely kill Teal, I guess, but you can't can't kill both. You have to choose one. Here comes another castle from Count here to maybe get that War Wagons numbers increased again. And as we see, the fast fire ships on the shoreline taking what they can as well. Bible lost the starting island to cannon galleons here, and that could be the case for Lord Michidiates as well. Now I guess he has some fire ships out, but not enough. It's red raining purple from sea, yes. Nice. Very compact side here for red. Not really any place for hussars to enter the raid or the cav archers. Michael with full high barriers. Yeah, I see more insistent upon the elite skirms now, but that's not going to do. Or what am I looking at? Mibel I'm looking at. Yeah, slabs helps, of course, yes. Of course you want the slabs. I'm losing track of the teams now in the middle of everything going on here. That's a beautiful group of heavy cav archers though. Tata range, they don't have the +2 though, Benjababa. It says 16 plus 0 here. Could be a spec bug. Here is slab spike, so no halb yet. Eco situation well ahead for fast Ragnarok now, but that's could be attributed to the raids on the sea here as well, taking out whatever Mibel had going on the naval situation there. No siege engineers, no extra trap range. Siege ramps added from the slabs here now. So many woodlands across this map, it's really awkward, the pathing for the, maybe especially for the cav archers and the hussars here to get anywhere. Pilgrims is Black Forest Nomad, yeah, it's beginning to look like it, Ogedemon. Maybe all the more reason to go into Onagur and siege Onagur here at some point. Still, this group of heavy cavalry, so it's just a ridiculous mass when fully upgraded and so tough to deal with. Especially for Teutons, of course, with their slow nature to begin with. Here's my build with the Slavs. Siege Rams here, so they want to go for the kill on Teal now. And some hussars. Oh, look at that beautiful Teuton castle with crenellations here, +5 range. Wow, wow, wow. I don't even know where to focus anymore. Those cannon galleons from red here dealing with the castles on land now should be able to range some more stuff over here as well, I think. Ooh, slabs with only +1 defense for the infantry, that's true. Now look at the resource situation here. I think both teams are struggling for gold at this point, and they don't really have... wait! Ragnarok have trade running. Where are they trading? Are they trading on water? Yeah, trade cogs on water for Ragnarok. So they'll have gold access. This might be what decides the game then. That we have trade cogs, and we have 7 trade cogs for each player on Fast Ragnarok. That's going to give them gold access that Team Michidiates don't have. Which means access to maybe more war wagons, more siege weapons. If slabs have enough farms, they can sell food non-stop to produce gold units. Well, you'll be taking up a lot of population space keeping those farms running though, and you still need wood to keep them rolling as well, so you're trading a lot of pop space for that. But it's fast food income for sure. This doesn't look too good for Teal, does it? Isn't about to lose the the last place to... Can't really migrate anymore to the left-hand side here, but then again, Red's map control is controlling a big area here, and they do have trade running, they do have water control, and most importantly, they have gold access. Trebs now with 16+3, so there's the Timurian Siege Craft and Siege and nearest Trebs for Lord Michidiates. Teal has some presence down here though, and also, yeah, not a lot there, but a little bit. Still only Pike for the Slavs player. He has Slavs +1 defense and only pikemen, no halberdier. And not going to be able to afford it either because of the gold issues. Maybe this is the more interesting one to have up in the late game, the actual resource situation, so we'll keep that one up. Now we have the military count here, Fast Ragnarok now out militarying, and 40-50 war eco as well. War wagons, only 16 of them, then Koreans helps, some elite skirmishers. But with the gold access eventually going to increase, let's see the trade stats here as well. Yeah, it's a total of 27 trade units to 0. is a big factor here. Once it kicks in for them, that's going to provide them with gold access that Michidiates just can't get to. So the heavy cavalry mass actually diminishing a bit as well. 46 now. Elite Skirm's doing some work here. The overall population is also 50, 60-ish ahead for Fast Ragnarok here. Enter the Teutons Halbs though, and the Geese. Bit of a house situation here for Sim. Scores very even though between the players still. But we're not going to see any slabs helps here, and also in further no Drushina obviously for the slabs either. That's an expensive tech to get to. And we're not joking around here. 4 siege workshops for the Koreans now, with newfound trade gold here. Gonna go into what? Maybe some kind of unit to deal with these masses here. This has to be the Onager or Siege Onager eventually, right? I think that has to be it. Not really producing anything yet, but the gold, yeah, it's increasing. Check the trade stats again here. 18, 17, yep. 35 trade units total. Maybe bomber cannon as well, yeah, to deal with castles. If it's siege on here, that's gonna take a while to get to it, but that would be very rewarding to see against these massive heavy cavalries. Teutons with the bomber cannons. Yeah, let's see the trade route here. And look how fast these trade cogs are. They're much faster than... Their plating is ridiculous. It's really bad, but they are much faster than trade cards for sure, or at least faster. Can we see the return as well? I don't think we can see it here. But it's probably good. It's one edge of the map to the other. It's Rams. Is it? GG, well played. I saw his trail on water a few minutes ago. Ah, yeah. Pink is still rallying through my towers on the left. You hear him? Or the castle? I mean. Oh, here! Uh, yeah. I don't think that's what makes the biggest difference in this game. It's more about the... Oh! Oh! So Lord Michidiates realizes that some trade is going on here and taking some responsibility for it, but it's already kicked in, I guess. Let's see for the... I mean, this needs to be addressed, of course, but... Yeah. Seeing this pop capped here again with the Teutons, if I read it correctly, and the count fairly high pop as well. 300. Yeah, better population, better army count overall. Gold access still kind of coming in here through trade. And GG. Trade cogs win the game for Fast Ragnarok. This one. And Slabs. Halberdiers not really ever coming into play here. Stops at Pikeman. So no Drushina, Slabs, Power Spike here. We're going to a game 3. Game 3 is going to be Hidden Civ, Free Pick, and Michidiates home map. But before we go there, let's have a look at the stats, because the KD and that kind of stuff should be interesting here. Let's see. Ridiculous military score for Lord Michidiates. Let's have a look at the KD again here. 1537 to 18 for how do we even do it? Losing half of the units of what you make, but Michael the Skydriver 230 to 832. Not the best day at work, I guess. Our team game is Michidiates. Michidiates. Thank you. We need to fix that. And Michidiates. Michidiates. Of course, not dates. Thanks for pointing that out. Although Michidiates sounds kind of cozy as well for those who like long drawn out games with an even worse map than Black Forest. But that needs to be fixed. Michidiates. I'm gonna restart Capture Age for safety as well. Like a cat dating. Yeah. Michidiates. Third game, Hidden Civ, Free Pick, home map of Michidiates. Water Nomad! Another Water Nomad game, now at the 1800 to 2k level. This should be fun. This map was annoying. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing on that, to say it that way. Michidiates versus Fast Ragnarok. Well, we may have missed a tiny bit of start here, but here it is. Oh, TC in the corner for Sim here, but that's because he's looking for the woodline, I guess. This is a really chaotic map. You start with 13 pops, so you start with... How many villagers again? Yeah, anyway, you start with fish and villagers and everything, so you want your dock. You need houses as well, which is going to be a stress factor here for many of the players once they have placed their docks, because you're inherently pop capped until you have the wood to place your houses and everything. Crazy map. It's Water Nomad. It's hybrid terrain all over, so you could build on this, you could sail on this, you could walk on this. So expect some demolition ships hits here. The house is going up here, but I think Lord Michidiates is still pop capped here, or am I missing a house somewhere? No, never mind. I'm reading things wrong. Anyway, let's have a quick talk about the civs, then I'll fast forward a bit to get to the feudal age. Malians and Vikings for Michidiates. Here, Malians for their wood savings bonus, I guess, which is comes in handy for hybrid maps overall. While Vikings, obviously, one of the strongest naval civs. You get the dock wood discount bonuses, which means that the Malian docks will be even cheaper with Vikings on the team. So a good team bonuses combination there. We have Sim in the north with the Vikings as well. No access to fire galleys for Vikings, but they will be playing galleys and eventually longboats as well. Anyway. Oh no, it's a bugged gold. That's gold literally can't be taken. That's a really weird generation. It's probably not going to be too significant though. Maybe not, won't even ever be scouted. And then the count with the Portuguese here, which is a good counter pick to the Vikings actually, because the Vikings love boats. Possibly the best counter out there is the the Portuguese unique unit, the Caravel. So while we're getting things started here, let's have a look at the scouting, see how the players... what kind of grasp they have of the map. Lord Michidiates is about to find Sim in the corner, and this is a awkward starting point. I have to say, you will be expanding obviously, but with the TC up in the north here and everything, you're kind of cramping yourself up in the corner. And excuse me again. The wood situation is bad here. There's nothing else to say about that for Sim's starting location. That wood line is going to run out fairly early, and then you need to expand to get to the wood lines further away. Might build with a better TC spot here on the wood lines of the golds here. And the players are approaching the feudation, going up quite early here, like below 8 minutes, and now everyone going for the galleys. How are knights here? I wouldn't dare making them in fear of demolition ships, but maybe for the later game when it gets so chaotic anyway. And early blacksmith for the Portuguese here to get to the... what is it again for Portuguese? This is faster researches of technologies. So you could get a power spike with a quick fletching there. I don't play this map, I just enjoy others suffering playing it. Alright, Jimmy Page, nice to see you stopping by. I appreciate it. Good luck for the last round of AOE Leagues as well, if you didn't play it already. So again, we have a very similar, not so similar military situation. Michidiates with the army domination here, 12-6. With fast Ragnarok matching them in equal, but that's, I guess, the uptimes playing in here. And the fact that you get to the production earlier. Bible, the Sky Dragon, chasing Sim's numbers up here. Stone walls, no less, for Sim here with Vikings. But is it going to be preserving enough for the resources here? I mean, it eliminates any potential demolition ship hits over here, so I like the addition, securing the woodlands as well, but it was also a huge commitment early on. Lord Michidiates fighting a 1v1 against the Count here, and taking me off goal. Oh, sniping villagers as well. We don't have fletching yet, but still some good hit and run micro there to pick off just that one villager. And the KD already is 6-1 for Lord Michidiates here. And that's all eco. That's probably fish then, mainly fish and a gold mining villager. Very good and fluent naval army production for Michidiates here. 3 docks for both players producing, and they're just escalating that army lead more and more for this full-on Water Madness map. Bit of a panic tower on the gold here for the count, but that's also going to preserve that gold so that further production of ships is possible. While Sim, I guess, is with the Stonewall investment here hoping to secure the area at home to get a smoother castlage and get to the longboats earlier here, maybe with the Vikings, which will be a potential power spike over the Malians and Vikings here. 27 military to 15 though, that's no joke on a crazy map like this. So excuse the buffalo sounds, they're just burping and making a hell of a noise around here. Yeah, seems like Sim is holding off nicely to the north here, like walling off to keep any aggression from entering from this side. That kind of limits the headache of enemy units entering. Do they even know the... Yeah, they know that he's up there. They're just mainly focusing on the counter. Want Portuguese out of the game, which makes sense. Portuguese are the best counter to the Vikings out here. So if you take Portuguese out of the game here, there's not much Fast Ragnarok can do against the longboats of Lord Michidiates. Aside from making longboats of their own, of course. Demolition ship getting a tiny hit there, but I don't think any ships were killed. And look at that eco KD, 14-0, that's crazy. And Portuguese down to 21 pop here. This is not going to go like in 2 hours like the previous game, that's for sure. This is looking to be in the hands of Michidiates already, but things can happen. It's Nomad starts madness. Sim might very well still beat everyone to the castle age here, but here's my will to diminish the army numbers and obstruct the eco to the north, as Lord Michidiates is doing nicely on his own against Portuguese here. Normally on water normal, you always go full feudal with galley. You'll win if you have more galleys than the other guy. Yeah, makes sense. Because because you can float everywhere, there's literally no way to keep all of your eco safe from mass galleys. Wow, the tower goes down as well. Michidiates is looking really strong here, and that's the GG. Bit of a rough ending to the first few games that were pretty amazing on Nomad and Woodlands, but bad Woodlands starts as Sim as well, and that's the randomness of the Nomad starts. It could be the map as well, of course, but I hope the spawns weren't so bad as it wasn't possible. But obviously, you need a good woodline. You need a good woodline to keep ship's production. So I guess the luck factor plays in as well here. But it's their home map as well, Michidiate's home map. So it really makes a significant difference as well. GG, well played though. Thanks for participating to Fast Ragnarok, and good luck for Michidiates for the next round. Uptimes is probably the most interesting here to see. Vikings equal man on both sides. 690 in uptime there, so that's pretty solid.